in his role as the NFL Players Association president, Brown center JC Tretter has been advocating for a virtual offseason program this year, and as a result, many players and teams have been declining to attend in-person workouts over the offseason. Is this something that's going to affect the NFL in a negative way on the field in 2021? That's the question we're going to try to answer today. Let's go! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Sanctuary, your number one source for all things sports. As you can tell from the title on today's video, today we're going to talk about the Cleveland Browns and all the other teams in the NFL who are skipping their in-person voluntary workouts this offseason, and why it's not a big deal. But before we get into all that, if you haven't done so already, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you can get alerted every time I upload new content to the channel. And if you could, please give the video a thumbs up if you have the time, because it really helps the channel out. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. Because with the COVID-19 pandemic continuing to affect the world all around us, I feel like it should be no surprise that the NFL Players Association and 15 NFL teams across the league at this point in time have elected to go this route, since it's still something that they take very seriously, as they should, meaning the COVID pandemic. So on Wednesday, April 14, 2021, the league issued a memo to all 32 teams announcing that the first 4 weeks of the voluntary program will be virtual before transitioning into in-person workouts at the team's facility. If you remember last year, the NFL and the NFL Players Association came to a mutual agreement during the initial months of the pandemic and made it so that the offseason would be entirely virtual. The NFLPA is basically just pushing for that same arrangement to continue this year, even as COVID-19 vaccines are now available. A rookie minicamp will be part of the on-field workouts that begin in phase 2 of this protocol, but that's basically where they are right now. And with all that being said, I don't think any fan should really worry about this affecting the game of football when it comes time for the season to start, because to me, it's really not a big deal. I'm not really mad at the Players Association or the staff of these teams, because this is a personal decision that they are 100% entitled to make in regards to protecting their own personal health. For two, I'm not worried and don't think this is a big deal, because according to JC Tretter, the NFLPA president, who was on Rich Eisen's sports show recently, last season when everybody thought the COVID protocols were going to mess the game up with more injuries and mess up the product on the field, what really happened was injuries actually went down 23%, and they went down, and players missed 23% less time due to injuries. Concussions were down 30%, and nearly every type of injury across the board was statistically down, or at least flat in regards to its trend over the last 5 years. Not only that, JC Tretter also reported that in terms of the product on the field, scoring in the NFL was up as compared to previous year's trends. The margins of victory in games were closer than they have been in decades, and more teams were involved in the playoff hunt than ever before last year, not only because they expanded the playoffs, but also because there were more teams with winning records. And there were also, get this, more come from behind wins last year too. So to me, in a situation where we have seen injuries across the league go down as a result of these protocols, when scoring has been shown to be up, when the entertainment value of the product and suspense of the product is up, and when the parity in the league is up, I feel like that should be enough to convince anyone that these voluntary workouts are really not necessary and will have no big impact on the season ahead if the players and staff miss them. If all that stuff is not enough to convince you that skipping these workouts is really not that big of a deal, you probably just don't want to be convinced, I feel like, and that's perfectly fine, because everyone is entitled to their opinion. And I'm not really invested in changing anyone's opinion with this YouTube channel. I'm just here because I like to talk sports, and I want to share my opinion that I'm entitled to. But like I said, to me, it's really just not that big of a deal. Just put yourself in the shoes of the players for a moment and tell me, what's the point of taking the possible risk of injury or possibly contracting COVID, which could derail your season, all over voluntary workouts? We all know, as Cleveland Browns fans, we saw how bad COVID messed up Myles Garrett's season last year. We all saw how it messed up Cam Newton in his first year with the Patriots. So I'm really not mad at anybody for wanting to do whatever they feel is necessary to protect their health and to protect their career in a sport where missed games could easily lead to someone losing their starting position. On the flip side, I also understand why coaches like Bruce Arians want to push for the workouts to be in person, because they believe that skipping these workouts will impact the development of first, second, and third year players who have missed a lot of time over these last couple years because of the pandemic, and it's taking them longer to get acclimated to the NFL as a result. And to me, they're worried about those rookie players losing their jobs to veterans, and that's just something that those rookie players are going to have to make a decision and deal with. It's not really something they should be concerned about. You make the decision based on your own personal safety. If you don't want to come to the in-person workouts, you have to figure out another way to be creative with your time, like doing your own workouts, studying film, getting your own trainers, that kind of stuff, if you don't want to risk losing your job. But it is what it is. If you want to play in the league, you have to figure out a way to get around it. And that's just how I feel about it. But what do you guys think? Are you concerned about the team skipping their voluntary workouts this season like they did last season? Or are you like me and you're really not worried at all and don't care if people skip workouts that are called voluntary for a reason? Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, and let's talk Browns football, baby. If you found any entertainment value in this video at all, please do me a favor, subscribe, drop a like, and share the video with your friends. I would really appreciate it. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Much love for you coming to spend some time with me on this video, and that's all I got. I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourself. Peace.